Morning. Grab your coffee, grab your juice, whatever you need. Just get settled because we are diving into a really fun topic. Oh my gosh, my voice just cracked. Excuse me. A really fun topic this morning. I want to talk about I have had this rapid growth in my business, and I don't bring this to you to brag in any sort of way. I've had this rapid growth in building my personal brand, and I've had this rapid growth of my business just exploding over the last, I'd say, year and a half, since the beginning of 2024. And I want to talk about, I know exactly why this happened, and it's probably not going to be what you think that it is. It's not some sort of hack that I use to go viral. It's not some sort of way that I used problem awareness content. It's not, I didn't use paid ads. Like I truly, it's this one thing that has set me apart in the last year and a half from all other things that I've tried to grow a business. But first I want to take you back to all the things that I've tried, because I've been trying to do online business actually earlier than I ever thought. And what's crazy is I started so hard in the network marketing industry. And the reason that I started in the network marketing industry, which if you don't know what that is, it's multi-level marketing. So it's like your Beachbody, it's your, Mary Kay, like all the things that you would know. That's where I got started. And I actually did this alongside of being a medical device sales rep. So when I was a medical device sales rep, I was actually selling ketones. And the reason that I was selling ketones was because, number one, I was the biggest fan, still am to this day, of Jessie Lee, RIP. I literally think about her all the time, but she was such a beast. She was so magnetic to me. I always listened to her podcast. I actually got to meet her before she passed. And she was just like this super bright light. And I was like, whatever she's doing, I need to do it. And she was selling ketones. So I actually was selling ketones while I was in medical device sales. Anyway, all of that to say, that didn't work. Okay. I made a little bit of money, but it was it wasn't sustainable for me. I wasn't lit up by it. Then I don't know where the timeline happened, but eventually I moved into doing Beachbody when the pandemic happened and shut down. And I went so full force into Beachbody. I grew a team. I was leading calls, but I always had my sister next to me when I was leading calls because I didn't fully understand this world just yet. And she had built an empire at this point in Turnip Land. And so I was hosting these calls, but still kind of getting her advice. What should I talk about? What should I coach on? And then I decided I wanted to go after I actually got recruited into a startup network marketing company. Q Sciences was the name. I don't know if you guys are familiar, probably not. But I went full force into Q Sciences and I did network marketing with that company for 2 years straight. And I actually worked my way up into the 1% of that industry. And I was a 6-figure earner and I was winning awards and I would be on stage and it was so fun. And I was actually hosting every single Monday night, my entire downline, which was thousands of women. I would host what I called Mastermind Monday at the time. And I had no idea what the word mastermind meant. I was like, oh, this just sounds cute together, Mastermind Monday. So every Monday night I would have a call with this team of mine for 2 years. And I would coach on things like social media. That was always what I defaulted back to. I know social media. I know how to be entertaining. Anyway, I would also create mini challenges. So I would go into Canva and I would create really pretty workbooks. And I had a Telegram chat. I did all the things that I'm doing now, but it was just in network marketing realm. Then I actually had a friend from an adjacent team ask me if she could get on a Zoom call. And she was like, I need to know everything that you're doing with your team because you guys are blowing up. And I was like, yeah, for sure. I've always been an open book when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't gatekeep because the second that you want what I'm doing right now, I'm 10 steps ahead already. I move quick. And so I was like, sure, I'll give you all the deets. And I remember sharing all my Canva stuff with her, all the information, how I show up for my team. And she was like, Chandler, you need to start creating online courses. You need to close the chapter on network marketing. This is too much. You've created too much to be working for someone else. And I was like, online courses, I knew that was a thing, but I was like, I had no idea how big this world was. So I dove into creating what I thought was an online course, and I did it multiple times, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But alongside of creating these courses, I started making apparel to match my courses. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I looked into like drop shipping. I wanted to build like this Etsy thing. Like I have gone so many different directions in my brain. And then all of a sudden 2024 hit. Okay, this is just last year. And this is like when everything shifted for me. Up until 2024, I was no stranger to investing in like growth. Like I would purchase the ebooks, I would purchase the self-paced courses, I would purchase the like PDF downloads, the masterclasses. Like I would purchase all of that stuff. I wasn't a stranger to that, but I had never had like hands-on, like see me in real time coaching until 2024, literally until last year. So when I finally invested into this mastermind, which was a full year, I spent money like I have never spent money before. I didn't have this money and I put it on a credit card. I went into debt to do this. And I remember thinking like, there's no option. Like failure is not an option here. Like I have to make this work because I am spending a crazy amount of money to be in this space and this is going to have to work. Now, I didn't like have that thought with me every single day and I didn't really add that pressure to me because I'm also the type of person who's like, I do trust that God, source, whatever you believe in, has my back. Like as long as I am within integrity and as long as I'm doing the right things and I'm trusting the process, I truly have always believed like I will be taken care of. Having said that, I'm also a hustler. Like I love to work. So this entire last year, entire 2024, I had a mentor. Like I had eyes on what I was doing. And when I tell you, I catapulted like quantum leap in my business. And it's not necessarily like if you're thinking to yourself like, who's the right mentor? It's like, yes, there is an aspect of that. Like the right mentor is very important. But now up to this point in my life, it's like, I can't get enough of mentorship now because I know what that unlocks for me. So it's not necessarily like who is the right mentor. It's like getting eyes on what you're doing is going to be the thing that completely changes you forever. So this year I have now invested multiple times into like, I invested into another mastermind. And then I also just like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, I paid $800 to spend 10 days with a mentor. $800 for a 10-day intensive where she would get like in the trenches with me on my messaging and my positioning for what I'm launching right now. And so I tell all of that to you because I'm so passionate about structuring my programs in a way where you actually feel seen. This is like where I'm able to help you maximize the juice and like create something so beautiful, so magical because I actually see you in real time. And it's one thing to like show up and learn from masterclasses and sit there and take notes and like, I don't know, purchase the self-led courses, like all of those things with the videos, the modules, the workbooks, like that is, I'm not downplaying that or dismissing that. I think those have their time and place. But there's nothing, it's unmatched to get into a room with a coach like me who's going to be able to see you in real time and help you refine in real time. And the reason that I've had this amount of success so quickly in the last year and a half is because I've had mentorship. Because I've had mentorship, I have been able to quantum leap my business. Because I have invested, and I'm not saying like put yourself in debt. Like I'm not saying that is the cheat code at all. I'm not saying overstretch yourself, but how bad do you want it? Like, do you want it bad enough where you will invest the money and you know and you trust that you're going to hustle and you're going to do the work and it's going to pay off eventually? Like I will tell you, I invested in this mentor to have a 10-day intensive with her. I've already doubled what I invested in her. And that's like, I don't even think of it that way. Like I went into this thinking I'm going to show up. Number one, that is the most important thing. Like I went into it and I was like, I'm going to have questions for the morning and the afternoon every single day. And another thing about me is like, I'm always trying to improve in the way that I ask questions with these mentors, because that's another thing is like, you can't show up to these spaces and sit back and try to just absorb what's going on in the room. I truly put myself in this space, invested $800 for 10 days. And I said to myself, I am going to ask a question, whether it's a stupid question or not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put myself in the trenches, and there's other people in the room. So that's another thing at hand is like, I could have felt very stupid. Like I could have risked being embarrassed. But at the same time, I've learned up to this point, like I'm not going to get anything out of this if I don't ask questions and get coached in real time. So I've asked a question every morning and every afternoon except for yesterday. Yesterday, I opened the doors to my brand new experience. And when I tell you, the entire afternoon yesterday, I was in my DMs answering questions for people who are interested in joining this program. So I've spent 6 days now with this mentor in the intensive, me asking questions, getting coached in real time. I was able to refine my messaging. I was able to stay high energy, be excited about what I'm doing because I'm in mentorship. Like I can't, and now I'm doing this for us. Like that's my mentality. And it paid off. 6 days in, my DMs are full of questions with people wanting to join this program. So I wasn't able to ask my afternoon question yesterday, but I actually even dropped that in the chat to her. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my entire afternoon I spent in the DMs talking to people who are interested in joining my world. Thank you. Like, thank you for helping me. But I also know, like to a certain extent, like I'm half of the equation to this. So all of that to say, I opened the doors yesterday to sold out launch. And the reason that this program is going to catapult you forward is because of the mentorship provided. This is not just like some program where you watch pre-recorded videos. I don't know how to describe or articulate like in my messaging that when you come into my world in these live group programs, I move based off of what you need. I'm very much a responder in that way. I have full curriculum ready to go for this program, but I'm also fully aware that I might like toss all of that curriculum if it's not what you actually need. So I listen to you. I will ask you questions in real time. I will probe you. I will get you to interact with me as an individual and with the group. That's what makes this powerful. It's not just me with you one-on-one. You get the power of the entire room. And then based off of where I see your gaps, where I see your blind spots, because you're so close to your business. You're so close to your ideas. You're so close to your creations. Like sometimes you can't see what I will be able to see. So if you're so close to it and you just need another set of eyes to help you say like, yeah, you're on the right track, like keep going with this, or like, here's where you could go deeper on that, or like, no, that's actually like, it's not hitting the mark. You need to come over here and refine it this way. When you have that sort of attention on your business, shit's going to go crazy. Like it's going to grow. Like you have no opportunity, you have no option but to go up from there. So that is what this program is being built on is like, I don't want to sound corny, but like a lot of what I do is based off of my intuition. A lot of what I do when you come into my world is I need to gather my own data by watching you, the way that you move, the things that you say. I actually have blocked on my calendar. This is crazy. I don't know any other coach that does this, by the way, but I have blocked on my calendar every Friday for an hour. I go and I study my paying clients. I study their Instagram. I study the moves that they're making. I study the way that they're positioning themselves. And I collect that as market research. When you're paying me and you're in my world, I take care of you. So I go study you. I go figure out like what is the common theme here? Like, where is it like, ooh, that was good, but it could have been so much better. And that is where I then make moves and I create curriculum based off of that. And I teach you and coach you based off of that. Whew. With that being said, what is today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning. It's a rainy day here. I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'm going to get to work. I have a lot of things to do today and I'm excited about it. And the doors are open to sold out launch. The branding, the details, they have officially dropped. If you're like, I need support in launching whether it's a program or a one-on-one, maybe it's your mastermind, maybe it's your membership, like whatever, you need help in promoting it, marketing it, and you want people just to come in. Like you want the floodgates to open and you want it to feel very authentic, like very light. You want it to feel effortless. Like I'm not going to tell you, go send an email including the FAQs. Like that's not my vibe. That's not what I do. I'm not going to tell you that you need a bonus that's going to expire within 72 hours. Like we can talk about those things, but those things are not going to be the reason that people start coming to you. The reason that people start coming to is going to be based off of your personal brand and your ability to magnetize people captivate people and allow people to basically fall in love with you. So I will be teaching you how to do that. If you're interested, slide to my DMs. Tell me I'm interested in Sold Out Launch, or I'm interested in your next program. I have questions. Can you help me decide, is this for me or not? I'm going to actually go back and forth with you in the DMs, because also that's one thing that I've learned is like, I'm not going to just send you the link and say, here, you should join this, because what if you're not the right fit? And to be honest, I do send a lot of people in a different direction, or I say, you know, if you're not at this stage in your business, and I actually do have recommendations. I have a lot of friends in this industry now. I can give you recommendations based off of where you're at. So slide in my DMs if you have questions. If you're even slightly interested, let's just have the conversation and we'll take it from there. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I love you so much. Mwah.